Well, speaking of geomagnetic storms, the northern lights reach the United States. And as they do so, boy, they grace us with just beautiful displays of color, kind of like what you're seeing like here over the weekend. People from Alaska to Alabama were treated with the view of the auroras. And if you missed it, don't worry, that powerful X-class solar flare yesterday means that the U.S. could see the effects of another geomagnetic storm tonight. So who better to talk to than the Aurora guy himself, all right? Joining us now is Vincent Ledvina, the Aurora photographer and chaser. Vincent, it is so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, especially today. Did you see the news? It was just recently posted. I saw it on X at this, the largest solar storm in 20 years. Are you not excited?
Yeah, I actually just saw that too. I was monitoring it in real time, and once it crossed over that threshold, I immediately posted it out as well. Pretty historic. Hopefully, it's a sign of good things to come with this CME tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. We're looking at the tweet right here. So tell me your involvement. What do? As the Aurora guy, you see that we have a, quote, severe geomagnetic storm on the table. You're an awesome photographer. What's your reaction? What do you do?
Yeah, so for background, I'm a space physics PhD student up here in Alaska, and I'm really passionate about aurora photography and following space weather. I'm really excited about this severe geomagnetic storm watch. Of course, a lot of things have to come in play for this to actually pan out, but chances are pretty good that we'll get some widespread aurora viewing tonight, Monday night, hopefully across the United States.
Yeah, and tell me about some of the potential impacts. We were talking before about how space launches, aviation, satellite operations. Do you think GPS units could be impacted by this severe solar flare?
Yeah, so right now with the severe radiation storm, that could definitely affect a lot of different industries, including aviation. So, for example, polar flights may have to be rerouted to lower latitudes. If we do see that severe geomagnetic storm play out and we have, a lot of aurora, the aurora can actually cause GPS signals that travel through it to become kind of scrambled. So that could affect the farmers. Intense currents in the atmosphere can also induce currents in the ground, which could affect power grids. There can be a lot of different effects with geomagnetic storms. The good thing is that, we have the NOAA Space Weather Prediction Center and other people monitoring things ready to mitigate any kind of effects that come our way.
Yeah, and so tell me, in terms of timing on this, Vincent, so when can we expect this, what we call a CME, or coronal mass ejection, to actually hit Earth's atmosphere?
Yeah, so this coronal mass ejection or solar storm that was launched with the X flare a couple days ago, that could hit as soon as in a few hours. It could also hit tomorrow morning. The impact time is around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's what the Space Weather Prediction Center has put out along with that G4 watch. So the CME could impact right when they're calling for it, but there's always some sort of uncertainty with the CME modeling. So it could be as early as in a few hours, or it could also be tomorrow morning on Tuesday.
What determines the pace or the speed of at which it is racing toward the Earth? I'm just curious.
Yeah, so I feel like that's almost an open scientific question, but
Mm.
typically the stronger the solar flare, the faster and more powerful the CME. So we had an X-class solar flare, which is the strongest classification we have for solar flares, and it launched a pretty beefy and high-speed CME right at Earth.
Yeah, and literally, I'm looking and quote, they are saying that this is a historic event, the likes of which that we haven't seen since October the 29th, 2003. Bring me back. Do you remember that event back in 2003? I'm curious, and what type of impacts did that have?
I was not old enough to remember that, but
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I've definitely heard about it. I actually did. That was followed right by a G5 or extreme geomagnetic storm called the Halloween storms in 2003. And I was a kid, but I do actually remember seeing the auroras dancing all over the place. I grew up in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, so I remember seeing that storm. And yeah, we haven't seen activity like this, at least for the solar radiation storms, since that Halloween event back in '03.
Yeah, and Vincent, I have to ask you, right behind you, you have a really beautiful, it looks like a capture of the Aurora Borealis. I am so obsessed with these. Tell me about Where can people go to capture the auroras? What are some of your best tip practices? I've heard like that
Yep.
sometimes viewing it from your cell phone is actually easier sometimes than actually like seeing it with the naked eye.
Yeah, so I guess for tonight, if people are hoping that this solar storm hits and we get widespread auroras, I recommend going to a place with minimal light pollution. So that would be out of town, preferably with a clear view to the north. You also want clear skies, so no clouds. It's going to be cold in a lot of places, so make sure to be safe and bring blankets, water, food, tell people where you're going, things like that. Stay within cell service. Using your phone is a good idea because it can see more colors and it can see more of the aurora than your eyes can. And if you have like a DSLR or mirrorless camera, you can also take that out, take a long exposure facing the northern horizon and see what you get.
All right, Vincent. Last question. What are you expecting? What are you expecting to see tonight? You're like making me excited over here.
I am always hoping for the best, but my expectations are always low with space weather events, which sounds bad, but there have been cases before where we get really hyped up and nothing happens. So I think it's important that people don't take things for granted, don't count their chickens before they hatch, and just hope for the best, monitor things in real time, and we'll just see what we get.
Vincent, a quick little story time for you. I flew once to Iceland with some friends, and there was an event similar to this that happened. They said that we were going to see a bunch of aurora borealis. I rented a car. We were out in the middle of nowhere, and I was there at like 4 a.m. We didn't see anything. So to your point, I very much so counted those chickens before they hatched. I was very disappointed, but I am hoping and praying that tonight, for the first time, some of us will be able to enjoy the auroras. If you get any pictures, please let us know here on Fox Weather. We would love to show off your photography. You do an excellent job. Thank you so much, Vincent, for joining us, and best of luck tonight. Stay warm, and hope that you have some really incredible captures of the auroras this evening.
Thank you.
Absolutely.